Hi guys, my name is Caroline Joroge. I'm a HR and career consultant. In the previous video, I had mentioned that I'll be doing a series of videos explaining how you can write a good CV and cover letter that can land you to an interview, and also show you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile so that you can attract recruiters. In today's video, we'll be looking at the different types of CVs. I had mentioned that we have the ATS and the modern CV. Allow me to start with the ATS CV because I believe that's where majority of people are having problems in. Why am I saying this? I've met people who have told me, Caroline, I've been applying for jobs which I'm so sure I'm qualified in terms of skills, education, and experience, but for some reason not well known to me, I'm never called for interviews. And I'm like, wait, maybe your CV was never seen by the hiring manager. Why? Majority of recruiters these days are using ATS, or the applicant tracking system, to weed out unqualified or least qualified candidates before the resume is sent to the hiring manager. And for these people, they are saying that they're so sure they are qualified for the job, but they're never called for interviews. Maybe their resume was not friendly, was not ATS friendly. For it to pass through the ATS software, you have to use a particular format, you have to use particular keywords so that your resume can pass. So let's learn. An applicant tracking system, or ATS, is a software that scans resumes and other job documents. It checks for relevant keywords such as skills, job titles, and educational background. And to pass the ATS scan, the resume has to be formatted properly and include the right words. Therefore, the resume has to be ATS compliant. Therefore, an ATS compliant document should be created in a way that lets the applicant tracking system parse or analyze the application with ease. It should contain keywords that match the job advertisement, and should also highlight the relevant work experience and professional skills. Also, something else to note is the resume needs to contain a certain number of relevant keywords for the system to let the resume through. So how do you write an ATS compliant resume? First thing is that you should reply to a specific job, or you should tailor make your resume for a specific job that you are applying for. Why? Generic resumes in most cases don't match to the role that you are applying for, and they miss the keywords. So treat the job description in the ad as a benchmark or a cheat sheet for your application. Second thing is that use an ATS compliant format. It should be the chronological format that has the name and the job title, contact information, resume summary or objective, professional experience, education, skills, additional section such as certification. If maybe you are a member of a professional body, you should put it in the additional section. At the end of I will put an example of an ATS compliant resume so that you can see. The other thing to consider is that you should use an ATS readable font. An ATS readable font is a font that should also be read by a human being. Is that easy? Is that simple? It should be a readable font by both the system and a human being. So don't put funny or fancy fonts. Have back in your mind that this resume will end up in the hands of a person, and it should be as friendly as possible. The fourth thing is that you should Label your resume sections in an understandable manner. If it's the experience part, let it be experience. Don't use other words. If it's education, let it be education. Next is that you should use the right keywords. As I had mentioned at the beginning, keywords are very important when writing a resume compliant CV. So use the advertisement as a cheat sheet. If maybe they're saying they want a team player, ensure that in your resume you capture that. Don't use words like collaborative. Use team player at least once. Next is that you should avoid images, charts, and other graphics. The ATS will not capture that, and it will not go anywhere. It will end up in a black hole. It will not be seen by anyone. So avoid images, charts, and other graphics. Next is that you should stick to simple bullet points. Yes, bullet points, not symbols, not images. Next is that don't put important details in the header or footer because the ATS will not be able to read that and your resume will be thrown away. 9 is that select the right file type for your resume. Most ATS softwares are able to read PDF, but not all. So to be on the safe side, just use Word document or docs. Lastly, have the recruiter back in the back of your mind when writing the resume, because as I said, your resume is not for the system only. It will end up in the hands of a human being, so make it as friendly as possible. How do you know that your CV is ATS compliant? It's simple. Convert your resume to a plain text file. How do you do that? Copy paste your resume in a plain text, and if the text version is missing details from the original resume or has some characters missing or saved incorrectly, or maybe it looks disorganized, then it didn't pass the ATS readability test and you have to change a few things here and there. So I hope this was helpful. Next, I'm going to show you how an ATS compliant CV looks like. Now, this is what I was talking about. It's a typical format for an ATS CV whereby you have the name, professional title, contact information, career statement or a summary of your CV. Then we go to work experience, education, and lastly you can have achievements and then certifications if you have any. You can see it's a very simple CV, straightforward, no images, no symbols. Bullet points have been used, but I would advise you avoid these lines as much as possible. It is my hope that you have learned something and you now realize where you've been making a mistake. If you would like me to clarify something or you want me to address a particular topic, please let me know in the comment section or in my DM. Thank you so much for your time. Stay tuned for more career content. Thank you.